My sleep was not anywhere near proper. I would go days without sleep. My hands were jumping all around. I could not use the mouse on my computer. I was petrified to drive my car. I just couldn't do it whatsoever. People could not understand what I was saying, and at the same time, I was in just massive depression. I went 4 days before it just absolutely hit, and I just couldn't go on. I was born and raised in New York City. I went to college at Princeton, and I came back to New York City for my doctorates in Columbia. After Columbia, I was lucky enough to obtain a position, faculty position, at the University of London, where I stayed 4 years teaching mathematics and physics. The name of my firm is Prospect Technologies. We are incorporated and headquartered in Washington, D.C. For the first time in my life, I was diagnosed with bipolar. I'd gone my entire life not knowing that. I was hospitalized twice, once voluntary, once involuntary. And in fact, it was people from my board of directors that were familiar with Skyland Trail that said, we are doing an intervention. We have to get you into Skyland Trail. We have to get you into a program that specializes in bipolar. Otherwise, God only knows what will happen to your health.
I remember the first time I met him and he came into my office. His thoughts were a little confused, illogical, didn't quite make sense. He was having real biologic chemical imbalances in his brain. So with the right medication, we got him slowed down, the brain chemistry was corrected.
The first month was getting the medication and getting that stabilized. The second part is learning how to live the rest of my life with bipolar.
Bill and I met once a week for individual therapy. In addition to that, we met 5 times a week in group sessions.
Bonding is encouraged. In fact, you make friends very quickly because you find that many of us are in various stages of recovery.
We encourage people to use their fellow members to help them manage their symptoms and help them better understand their illness.
And you can begin to say, you know, I had a similar problem as you're going through a few weeks ago, and here's what I did, and here's what happened to me. This may be helpful to you, and vice versa.
Bill has learned several things here that he'll be able to take home with him and be able to manage stress more effectively.
His insight has improved a lot about his own behaviors and the way he thinks about the world and the way he interacts with other people.
If you ask me on a scale of 1 to 10, where I would place Skyland Trail in my recovery, I would give it a 15.
It's incredibly rewarding to me to see somebody change as much as he did and really work as hard as he did. That's what keeps me getting out of bed and coming to work every morning, is that kind of experience.
When I walked in Skyland Trail, I couldn't have gotten any lower. I couldn't think about a single thing in my life that would bring me comfort. I leave Skyland Trail completely different. I can think positively about my health. I can think positively that I know how to treat my illness. I know how to interact a whole lot better with people than I did before I came back in here. That's what Skyland Trails brought to me. From nothing to almost a king's ransom.